Hello YouTube, welcome to a cold, crisp morning in a little tool workshop here. I say little tool workshop because this thing's small. I wish I had something to give you a reference to. Let's just grab a ruler. Okay, little 6-inch ruler, about a 5-inch long wrench. And it's just about, I look over the camera, about 1.5 inches. Y'all know where I got this from. If you've watched my video, Sunday in the Shop video, we're taking a break from the stove. We don't want to rush on the stove we're working on. We get a little frustrated or tired of doing it. And you'll see the video on the door frame kit. You'll see why. That takes a lot out. That screw will come loose. I've already loosened it with my Miller's Falls. I don't think you can read it on camera. Can you see that? Can you guys see where it says Miller's Falls? You can see Falls. Made in USA. I'm sure you can read that. I don't know. Yeah, it's nice to have these old screwdrivers like this. You see how it's made? I'll show you. Might as well show you. See how it's skinny, where it could fit down in here like that? I have newer screwdrivers, but ain't that cool? Working on an old wrench with an old screwdriver. You gotta enjoy it. Okay, let's get busy. We're going to do this all mostly with our rotary tool. We may go to our big drill buffer machine thing to polish it, which we probably will. But we're going to do a lot of sanding with sanding drums and grinding, because we got to straighten these jaws out. So we're going to get this apart, get it degreased. I don't know where I'm going to use to degrease it. See that gunk? We don't want to get anything too stinky going in here, but we do have some spray. Mechanic spray is kind of odorless, so let's get busy. We'll come back after we get this thing apart and get a little bit of cleaning done. So this ain't a real long video. I'm watching my timer. Okay, we got our grease scraped out of there with a screwdriver, and there is rust under grease, believe me, just because there's grease on something. So off in the cleaner it goes. This is just some penetrating spray I have. We'll leave that in there and let it soak, and then we'll rinse it and clean it. We don't want to don't wire brush stuff that has grease on it. It'll ruin your wire brush. You'll end up, if you do have to clean your wire brush, just use carb cleaner, gasoline or something, or, you know, soak your wire brushes in. There you go. So you've got the screw in it. Okay, let's get back to getting this apart. There you go. We'll work on cleaning that up. Okay, look at our nice oiled table. We cheated. We dumped a little bit of this out too. Okay, this has all been scrubbed. We took acetone to rinse it, letting it dry the best we can, because we're going to use our diamond bits. Like I said, don't get grease in your tools, so we'll get in there with our diamond. We're not really going to grind anything. We just want to scrub any of the scummy little rust or anything out of it. And then we'll start working on this piece. And this will be last. This is the hardest part, so let's get it out of the way. We'll do some filing on here, and eventually this will all be straightened. Filing, grinding. So we'll be back when we get some work done on this part. Okay, we got a little pile of stuff out of there, but we got down in there pretty good. We really like this tool, this diamond bit. It's needle sharp. It's starting to wear out on the very end, but you can get in all kinds of nooks and crannies. And see where I start taking it to this? We're going to take the plating off this as well. So I think we're going to keep working a little bit. beans of tools in there and get some of this rust off instead of just using sanding drums. And like in here, use like a moderate speed, not a super high speed. Can you see down there? We don't want to make this bigger. You know, there's going to be a little bit left. You can't get in every nook and cranny, but that's a pretty good shot down in there, huh? There you go. Let's get back to work again. Okay, a little more progress using our diamond bit. See them grooves like that, and to get around this corner or this back edge, don't just go over it just back and forth any old, you know, try to go at an angle. I think you know what I mean. Don't just go this way, go at an angle on it. So just roll over it and roll over it, roll it. You can't approach it at an angle, because you're trying not to change the shape of it. I just got the screwdriver stuck in here so I can use it more for, instead of my big old fingers trying to turn it. But yeah, like up in this groove. And right in that very corner before I start, because I'm going to start filing that stuff off there. We're taking all the plating off because there's so much of it gone that you can tell. We're just going to take it all off. Here we go. Back to work. I thought we'd show these little details like this. Stuff you can do with a Dremel. It takes a long time. Oh, this could be like a half hour just on this part. And then you're humped over the desk and, you know, and you get old, it's like, it gets hard on your gut. And it's like, oh, it's time to sit back in the recliner. Because I've got like a nice cushy office chair. So it's time to sit back in the chair and relax a little bit instead of being leaning over this table here. So stay tuned. There'll be more. Okay, we got the jaws filed and straightened. There's a few chips in there. Can you see down in there? We don't want to go any deeper because we'll just mess it up. So they just have to be in there. But there's play in this thing when you move it back and forth. You know, it's going to rock. But it's better. Now we're going to strip the rest of this off, clean all this. We've already cleaned that. And then we're going to be doing a little bit of abrasive wheels and polishing. We were going to be using, if you can see it here over in the dark corner, our little skill drill buffer. Just a little bitty one. Everything's kind of compact in here. You've all seen this stuff before, most of you have. There's my little kit for it. I've got a kit for that and a kit for my big drill buffer thing. So let's get back to work. Well, we're finally done. It was really hard to get the scratches out from the sandpaper rolls and the diamond bit to get the plating off it, but it does have a good shine to it, and it will be a working tool. See the table reflecting in there, but it's pretty nasty. See how the scratches go all over? The only thing I can think of is just take time and try to sand it with different grits of metal, and I don't want to do that. It's a tool that I'm going to use. You can still read this though. I took a picture before and after, so we can still read the company. I may drill a hole in here. Those scratches go every direction. And I used aggressive polish, two grits of polish. I used my black polish and the blue, which does bring out the luster. The movable piece looks pretty good. I didn't do much grinding on that except with that diamond bit. But there's some rust pits in there still. But there you go. It's a usable tool. It works good. The jaws are straight. It took a lot of filing and figuring out here back off. It took a lot of work, but it's worth it. That way they're straight. Number 5, I didn't even see that on there. Between the pitting and the chrome coming out, I never even seen that until I started cleaning it. 5-inch. Okay, thanks for watching, and I want to thank 357 Magdad again for sending this to me. It's pretty fun. Plus, it's a tool I could use in a place where you might not get a crescent wrench. Because I always have a small 6-inch crescent wrench laying on the bench. So we're out here. We had enough. Look for all the pictures I took.